Salt Lake City, the hills that surround this city are a sight to behold. It's a hiker's playground in these parts, the kind of landscape that leaves locals and visitors alike enjoying the rigors of recreation. But as the Utah Jazz learned yet again in Game 4 of these Western Conference semifinals, where the Houston Rockets took a 3-1 series lead with a 100-87 win on Sunday, uphill climbs aren't quite as enjoyable in the NBA playoffs. If Utah was ever going to upset the top-seeded Rockets, to continue this surprise storyline in which they morphed from a lottery-bound team in mid-January to a Western Conference contender a few months later, they were going to have to play to near perfection to overcome the enormous talent gap between these two teams. Instead, with Jazz point guard Ricky Rubio still out with a hamstring injury and Rockets stars James Harden and Chris Paul taking their team one step closer to the conference finals, the Jazz are on the verge of falling headlong into that canyon. Here's why. Chris Paul's curse. Just in case anyone wondered about Paul's view on 3-1 leads, he offered quite the reminder to TNT's Kristen Ledlow in his post-game interview. "I've been here before, 3-1, and expletive, went bad real quick." Paul, who celebrated his 33rd birthday on Sunday, said, "It is what it is. I want to get home, enjoy my family, you know what I mean. A good birthday gift. I'll take it." The nightmare, to which Paul is referring, of course, is the Western Conference semifinals in 2015. The Clippers were up 3-1 on Harden's Rockets, only to cough up the final 3 games in the most painful of ways. At the time, they were the 9th team in the NBA history to blow a 3-1 lead in a 7-game series. While Paul is surely destined for the Hall of Fame someday, his inability to reach the conference finals remains a major blemish on his resume. But he played like someone who is determined to change his legacy in Game 4, finishing with 27 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, just 1 turnover and a +10 rating. On his 33rd birthday, Chris Paul puts up 27 PTS, 12 reb, 6 ass to help the Houston Rockets head home with a 3-1 series lead. With the Clippers in the summer that followed their collapse, knows as well as anyone how that series stuck with Paul. "When I came on the team, there was still guys talking about it," NBA HMO told USA Today Sports. "It was still very vivid, for everybody. You just felt all that hard work, and being up 3-1, and then losing. Like I said, it's something guys keep to their heart. That's an experience where you're so close, and a lot of those guys never got back to that stage. You're so close to getting to the conference finals, and you just don't do what you're supposed to do." It was brought up throughout the course of the season, by him, by then Clippers forward Blake Griffin, then Clippers guard Jamal Crawford, a couple guys on the team. Rockets winning big man battle. "Didn't let the Jazz players fool you." Rockets center Clint Capella has been a major problem in this series. When Utah rookie Donovan Mitchell was asked on the post-game podium about Capella's impact, he pushed back against the idea that the 23-year-old was a challenge, as he had been asked. This happens every so often in these sorts of settings, when a player like Mitchell just so happens to be sitting next to the teammate who is battling the player being discussed. But the numbers don't lie. Capella's averages through 4 games: 15 points, 11.5 rebounds, 3.3 blocks. Jazz center Rudy Gobert's 12.3 points, 10.5 rebounds, 2 blocks. Capella was a force in Game 4, recording 6 blocks, 12 points, 15 rebounds and finishing with a +3 rating. Gobert, whose role in the series became so much harder when Rubio went down in Game 6 of the first round against Oklahoma City, had 11 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks and a -27 rating. A brutal Jazz blow. The notion of Dante Exum being a key contributor for a Jazz playoff team was unthinkable not too long ago. Even before the fourth-year guard separated his left shoulder back on October 6 and missed the next 5 months, he had played in just 148 of a possible 246 regular season games because of injury. But since returning on March 15, the 22-year-old, who will be a restricted free agent this summer, has quickly become an intriguing part of Utah's future. He did a solid job defending Harden in Game 3, all while showing the sort of offensive flashes that compelled the Jazz to take him 5th overall in 2014. He was on his way to an even better performance in Game 4, but he was hamstrung early, first figuratively, then literally. Exum was whistled for 3 first-quarter fouls, with the last 2, on a Harden drive and a Harden three-point attempt, questionable enough that the sold-out Jazz crowd was incensed. Dante Exum was called for fouling Harden on this icepick.twitter.com/CJJ5YM1ZG, ESPN, at ESPN, May 7, 2018. Then midway through the third quarter, Exum suffered a hamstring injury and did not return. who finished with 25 points but missed 16 of his 24 shots and had more turnovers, 3, than assists, 2, was left to fend for himself with another guard down. Follow USA Today Sports' Sam Amick on Twitter @SamAmick. Copyright 2018 USA Today.com.